The superhero mythology. Superheroes are considered the modern Greek mythology, and personally, I agree. Aside from the fact that the Greeks worship their gods, there is quite a bit that these two forms of mythology have in common. Throughout this video, I'll explain what makes our beloved superheroes the modern mythology. Everything from what makes them heroes to the human desire to find hero-like figures to look up to. Since the dawn of man, we have looked to the skies with wonder and a sense of something greater. For as long as man has been on this earth, we've always found figures to worship and idolize. Now, we may not worship our superheroes from our comic books, but we do look up to them and idolize them. We have created characters that are strong, heroic, and even patriotic, and we cast them in a light that makes them look larger than life. From their backstories to their costumes, they are made to look larger than life. And as humans, we aspire to be all good, all powerful, and to be larger than life itself. So of course, naturally we look up to these comic book heroes, where being all powerful, all good, and larger than life is possible. So what makes a superhero? Is it their costumes? I don't think so. Is it their powers? Maybe a little. But what truly makes them superheroes? I believe it's their actions and what they stand for. It's having the attributes of heart and conscience of your everyday man or woman and the will to act. A hero is willing to do the things where others wouldn't. Now, on the surface it may appear that a superhero is something with powers and dresses up in bright, colorful tights, where in reality, the very things that make a hero come from us. The creators of our heroes took the very best of human nature and added it to the characters that can do the things we can't. So, at the core of our heroes is the very best of us. And while we don't have powers, we do have the ingredients and the will to act. We see this every day in our day and age. People who are willing to put their lives on the line for the better good who can't deflect bullets. So, if we have real heroes, then why do we have comic book heroes? Well, I believe it's the desire to see these heroic acts on a grander scale, and to see absolute good on a day-to-day basis, or rather issue-to-issue basis. Since there really is true good in the world, there is real evil in the world too. In real life, the unfortunate truth is that good doesn't always overcome evil. Where in comics, more often than not, our heroes win. Some people say another thing that makes them superheroes is their villains. Like in real life, where there is good, there is evil. An unintentional, or probably intentional, purpose our comic book heroes have is to teach the reader a valuable lesson. Another thing that had a similar purpose was the Greek gods. If you take a close look at each Greek god, there is a lesson that can be learned. It's the same thing if you read a comic book. When you read a comic, there is a good chance that there will be an overall message by the end of the comic. Whether the message is something as simple as killing is bad, to something as complicated as overpopulation, which is a subject and issue we saw addressed in Infinity War. Even though these characters aren't real, they can tackle very real problems. And when you have a medium of entertainment that can tell great stories and give you an important value, you have something that can change society. If you look back at comic books from the 60s to 70s, you'll see them tackle societal issues like segregation or drug abuse. The reason for this is the writer seeing something wrong in the world and wanting to address it in a more artistic fashion. So, why are superheroes considered the modern day mythology? Because they depict their characters with the best virtues of man and put them against something that embodies the worst of human nature. They tell grand stories of good and evil, while also telling a very grounded lesson. They are used as storytelling devices to instill an important message to a younger generation, and hopefully spark constructive dialogue. So, it's not their powers, their costumes, or the company that prints them. It's their purpose in our society and the effect they have on it. So what do you think? Do you think that comic book heroes are the modern equivalency of Greek mythology? Or do you think that they're just a fun storytelling device used to tell grand stories with no hidden agendas? You tell me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new, and click that bell for notifications on future videos. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.